Okay, we're back. Let's do this.
As soon as you're ready, we have another mission that could use your unique approach.
What's the problem this time, Venice?
Vampires. The region beyond is crawling with them. Worse, anyone we send in there is turned into one of the foul monsters. And do you see the structure that looms on the horizon? I believe that's one of Molag Bal's infamous harvest hearts.
Okay, what do I need to do?
Eager and confident. I like that. I need you to collect blood from the vampires. It's an integral component in the pacification ritual I will perform. Use the blood to mark their lairs. I'll meet you near the heart when you're finished.
Okay. Thanks, Venice. You can count on me.
What are you still doing here? The vampires won't bleed themselves, you know.
Why do I actually need to collect the vampire blood?
I have my preparations to deal with, and you have yours. The first step is to make sure the ritual targets the correct creatures. Marking the vampires' lairs with their own blood will guarantee this.
Okay, and so how will the spell pacify the vampires?
In the most expedient manner possible. The ritual unleashes a magic that tracks down the blood and targets the creatures connected to it.
And then what happens?
Then the vampires will become mindless beasts, no longer capable of posing any threat. I've been developing this ritual for years, but I've never had the chance to test it until now. If this works, it could be a major breakthrough against vampirism.
Okay, and why is this place called the Orchard?
Just another of Molag Bal's clever witticisms, I suppose. It's an orchard from which he plucks the fruit of his vampiric creations. Or something poetic and disturbing like that. But we have a ritual to prepare for.
Can you please tell us more about the Harvest Heart?
I've read accounts of these foul artifacts. Molag Bal uses them to enslave large communities and to empower specific parts of his divine portfolio. In this case, I believe the heart is greatly increasing the rate at which the vampirism spreads.
That kind of makes sense. Can we destroy the heart?
Not easily. But that's where my ritual comes in. By the time I finish casting it, the heart will be no more, and the vampires will no longer pose a threat to our forces.
Makes sense. Alright, let's do this.
Old Mary Grandeur.
The Harvest Heart. Mark Vampire Lairs. Okay. Oh, this would be a real good place to grind XP.
Don't mess with a street kid.
Because every one of the vampires is a Fighters Guild thing.
Do
XP.
not do this. I implore you, my children are not evil.
Is there some sort of joke? What is even happening? Are we supposed to go around the back of it or something? No, that seems like the way. Vampire Berserker. Vampire blood. Oh, we have to collect it. I see. So we got 3 of the 4 vampire bloods, but we... Oh, there we go. Place. There we go. Mark the lair. This might take a bit longer than you'd think. It's okay. The Harvest Heart.
Such a cruel and distasteful chore the elf has tasked you with.
Don't give in.
Did that happen? Is it done? It is done. Okay, moving on. On to the next.
Big new day.
You don't know what you're doing. Molag Bal is the enemy here, not my children.
Prove it. Collect vampire blood, 1 out of 4. Haven't we already done that heaps? Oh, like maybe we can't.
Why are you subjecting my people to this danger?
We're literally being attacked. Alright. Locate the harvest heart. Here she goes. Zoom, 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 zoom. This is why you need to be a sorcerer. You can just run past all of this like lightning, because it's literally lightning.
Back, foul temptress! I'll hear no more of your lies!
Such a stubborn elf. Perhaps your companion will be more willing to listen to reason.
If you have a compelling argument, I'd love to hear it. We are being literally attacked right now, you know that, right?
I hope that you'll prove to be more reasonable than your companion. My offer makes perfect sense, considering the alternatives.
What are you suggesting?
The ritual the elf plans to perform will drive my children mad. But there's a better solution if you're willing to listen to reason. Molag Bal is the real enemy here. Let me help you free my children from the Dark Lord's thrall. Then we both win.
Tell me more about what you're proposing.
I can perform my own ritual. It will destroy the Harvest Heart and set my children free. Help me accomplish this, and my children will be in your debt. They will provide you with safe passage through the orchard and aid you against Molag Bal.
I need to talk to Vanis Galerium before I make this decision.
Of course. Take all the time you need. It's not like you're trying to save the world from Molag Bal or anything like that. Oh wait, that's exactly what you're trying to do. I shall await your decision with bated breath.
You can't seriously be considering her proposal, can you? She's a confounded vampire, for Magnus's sake.
You don't think we can trust her?
She's an elder vampire. Setting those monsters free will be like ringing the dinner bell in a Nord feast hall before the meal is ready. Her so-called children see us as food and nothing more. The only logical solution is to perform my ritual.
Vampires becoming okay. Let's just have a walk around, see some beautiful sights, and make a decision here. Now, we know that arguably the vampires aren't good. But having them become mindless is sort of even worse. Because at least we can reason with intellectuals. I'm not saying that, like, for example, the fact that they... This is a hard decision. How do we feel about repentance in this situation? If we take away their sanity, they can no longer change their ways. I do believe that there are cures, apparently, in the Elder Scrolls Online universe for vampirism. So, if we advocate for people being able to change their hearts, then we have to help her.
Have you considered my proposal? Some call me the Crimson Matron, others the concubine of Cold Harbor. I am an elder vampire brought to this new life by Molag Bal. These are my children, but they have been enthralled by the Lord of Brutality.
So you're telling me you're a victim in all of this?
My children protect this orchard because Morlock Ball commands it. They aren't evil. They're slaves of the Harvest Heart. Instead of destroying them, help me set them free. Imagine an army of vampires that owes you a favor.
I don't know about the rubbing of hands together, but tell me what you're proposing.
I can perform my own ritual.
Yeah, okay, we'll just help you.
A most wise and honorable decision. I'll follow you to the ritual sites. Protect me while I perform the ritual, and we will break Morlock Ball's hold on my children.
Follow me. Yeah. The main thing here is that this, as I said, if they can't apply reason, then they can't change their ways. That's the most important thing here. To be able to change your ways, you need to be able to reason. You need to have compassion. You need to have guilt in your heart for the wrong that you've done, and you need to be able to reason. You can no longer do those things, and you can no longer change your ways. It's like I'm sure that anyone who's living a life in the real world has dealt with anyone who's got some sort of addiction out there. Or if we just forsook them, never help them change their ways, well, I mean, it's just not really there.
Time to bring the lightning!
It's not that great, is it? What happens when we have problems? We expect compassion and mercy from others. Still, I mean, there is, even though I say these things, there's a difference between mistakes and behaviors, eh? Like, someone who has, someone who repeats negative behaviors, is clearly, there's like a pattern there. So, I mean, it's really important. Distinction between mistakes and behavioral patterns. But then we have systems in place to help people address many things, don't we? What are we up to?
My children will oppose us every step of the way. As long as the Harvest Heart continues to hold them in its grasp, they have no choice. Protect me from them, and I promise I will set them free of Morlock Ball's evil.
Yeah, well, I mean, she does seem to be able to oppose them. And I mean, that is quite promising. Also, we have the opportunity to make an ally and have them also like change their ways. So this is like we're doing a good thing here. Because even if it goes all south and they turn on us, we still offer them the opportunity to change their ways. Whereas, like, instead of just not giving them the opportunity to change their ways. But I mean, you can't just give someone the opportunity to change their ways without, like, in a not controlled environment. That's not good. It's like, oh, change your ways, but also just do whatever you want. Like, no. Like, you gotta prove that you can. You gotta prove that you can change your ways. Are we going again?
Break free!
Is that it? Oh, return to the Harvest Heart. Oh, okay. I don't know what was going on there. I like how they sort of go invisible for a second. It's pretty fun. But I'm not really a fan of fighting human enemies. Like vampires, even in Elder Scrolls, are still... Well, they're not all human, they're different... From different factions and all that sort of stuff. Different ethnicities and all... Different races and all that sort of stuff, but... It still makes me feel... They're not, like, fighting human-based enemies, human models, is not something I really enjoy. Just, on principle.
The time has come to perform the ritual and destroy the Harvest Heart. My children yearn to be free.
Tell me how I can help.
The black blood flowing from the Harvest Heart binds my children to Molag Bal. But it also gives us a connection we can take advantage of. While I provide the power to destroy the Harvest Heart, you must sever the connection to Molag Bal.
And how do I do that?
Find the Lord of Schemes binding totems and destroy them. They are spaced evenly around the Harvest Heart. As each totem breaks, my children will be separated from Molag Bal, and the energy protecting the Harvest Heart will falter.
Okay. Okay. Onwards to this challenge. Start here, I guess. Right, so it's easy enough. One down. The Harvest Heart. This one. Cool. Simple as. Next one. No, we're gonna have a fight. Oh, that was nice. Oh yeah, the one downside to the laser beam is it can be CC'd. I want to put that out there. Alright. Onwards and upwards. Oh, couldn't fight that one out. Thankfully Ember is so strong. It'll take forever without her. Okay, that's the bindings done. Unbindings.
The Harvest Heart is destroyed!
Yeah. Okay.
The Harvest Heart has been destroyed. My children are no longer slaves to Molag Bal.
And your children will honor our agreement, correct?
Most certainly. Thanks to your efforts, my children are free. They won't give you any more trouble. And, as I promised, my children will aid you when you need it most.
Well, that sounds like an achievement. Thank you, Virga the Red. Virga the Red. Alright, so that's the Harvest Heart done.
Another successful mission, but we're not finished yet.
What did we complete there? The orchard. I thought it was the Harvest Heart. So now what? Okay, well, we'll start again wherever the next mission is, and I don't know what that might be, so see you then. Hope this was all fun. Hope that you appreciate the logic that's gone into a lot of these decisions in the campaign. Definitely just trying to make the right decisions. Not always easy. A lot of the times when you're trying to make ethical decisions, there's a lot of like positives and negatives to consider about a lot of the decisions. But that's what making effective decisions is about. Making the hard calls. Trying to fight for good ethics. For the good of humanity. Alright. See you soon, I hope.